All right, everyone. So welcome back in the third session. And first of all, just let me know, is my screen visible to you? If yes, write yes in the chat box. Okay. Is my screen visible to you? All right. Irza, thank you so much. Thank you, Junaid. All right. So let's begin. Okay. Now, this is the website which I have opened in front of you, which is an online quiz about sentence type and which we have just studied. I would like you to please write your responses in the chat box. Okay. So if you write your responses in the chat box, I will be able to read from there and will understand your queries. All right. If you don't understand anything, meanwhile, please let me know. I will explain you more, and I will be expecting answers from you. You can unmute yourself and you can answer me, or if you don't want to speak, you can write in the chat box. So shall we begin? Okay. So this is a simple sentence. This is a simple sentence. Is this a simple, compound, complex, or compound, complex sentence? What is this?
Simple sentence.
This is a simple
Simple
sentence.
sentence.
Let's click and check. Yes, this is correct. Well done. I like playing basketball and my brother likes playing tennis. Is this simple?
Compound, ma'am.
Compound,
Compound?
ma'am.
All right. What made you say so? Why is it compound?
Because there is use and.
All right, because we are using a conjunction or a coordinator, that is and it is joining these two sentences, and these two sentences are independent clauses. All right, so let's click and check. Very good, well done. Sentence 3, I'll help you if you help me. What kind of sentence is
Again,
this?
again compound.
Simple.
Okay,
Compound.
Asad is saying it is compound. Asad is saying it is compound, is it? Or Irza Naz has written in the chat box, she's saying it is a
Simple, I think.
complex sentence. It is a complex. All right. So what do you think? What should we click on? Simple or, compound or complex? Remember Fein boys. Do you just think of Fein boys, if you are thinking that it is compound. Hasil is saying it is compound. Hasil, what made you say so? Write in the chat box, or you can speak, unmute your mic and say, why do you think it is compound and not complex? All right. Okay. Irza is saying complex and Hasil is saying compound. And Asad, what do you say?
Compound, man.
This is compound. Okay. Why is it compound? Why? What made you say so? Can you please tell me the reason?
Ma'am, by here we have used if. I
All
think
right.
so. I just speculate that.
All right. So when you just go
Compound.
back and see that, those Fen boys coordinators, which I showed you in the previous session, does if fall in that Fen boy category, in that Fen boy lot, like, which we shared the words, which are the, you can say, which are Fen boys words. All right. Let us check those who are saying compound. This is incorrect. It isn't compound. And
It's
Irza
a
is saying
complex,
it is complex. But you need to know the reason as well, that why is it so? Okay. Complex is correct. You see that those Fen boys words which I just showed you, it did not have if in it. All right. If is not there. If all subordinating conjunctions, the list which you read in the previous session, it did not have it also had if in it. Although, if, in case, unless, all these when, while, all these words when appear in the sentence. Okay, one more thing that can help you to understand that it is not compound, because we have, in the compound sentence, we have two independent clauses. But in complex sentences, we have one independent and one dependent. I'll help you. It is independent if you help me. Like, Asad and other students, if you want to speak in your day-to-day communication, like if you say, if you help me, and then you stop, you don't say anything ahead, do you think that people will understand what you are trying to say?
No, ma'am.
No, people will not understand, because you are leaving it incomplete. You are leaving people in, in trouble, that what actually you are trying to say. People won't understand. They won't make it out. All right. So it is dependent clause. It is dependent clause. If you help me is a dependent clause, and I'll help you is independent clause. So when we have one dependent, one independent, it is complex. When we have two independent clauses, it is compound. Okay. So we also need to know the reasons that why something is incorrect and why is correct and why is incorrect. Her name is Shashiko and she comes from Japan. Is it compound, simple,
Compound.
complex, or compound?
Compound,
Compound,
man.
Compound.
ma'am.
Compound.
Compound.
Everybody is saying compound. Okay, good. Check. Very nice. Well done. My mother cooked dinner while I was doing my homework. My mother
Compound,
cooked
ma'am.
dinner while I was doing my homework. Is it compound or complex?
I think so. Complex, ma'am.
Okay, you think it is complex? Why do you think?
I
Why
think
aren't
so.
you sure? Why aren't you sure? You know, can you say it
I'm
surely
actually,
that it is
actually
complex?
now, right now it is not crossing my mind that what else words are which we have read there,
Okay, right.
which
Fan
are used
boys.
in.
All right. Acha, okay. We just studied that if you see fan boys words appearing in a sentence, all right, as connector, then these are compound. But if you see, acha, if you don't see that way as well, all right, Asad, you don't have to look at the things and the words that we shared in the previous session, and just memorize them. Leave it. Just leave it. Just forget it. Look at the sentence itself. My mother cooked dinner. It is dependent clause or independent clause? My mother cooked dinner.
Simple, ma'am.
No, it is my mother cooked dinner. The simple sentence can be independent sentence, right? A simple sentence is independent sentence. So
Yes,
it
ma'am,
is
sure.
independent, right? My mother cooked dinner. Fine, we understand. My mother cooked dinner is a complete sentence. But what about this? While I was doing my homework, is it dependent
uh,
or independent? While I was doing my homework,
Independent, ma'am.
Independent.
this is independent. While I was doing my
Yes, ma'am.
homework,
Yes, ma'am.
independent? No. All right. It is dependent. It is not independent. Everybody, please pay attention. While I was doing my homework, if you just forget this, my mother cooked dinner. If you forget this, okay, you forget this sentence. Just focus on this. While I was doing my homework, if you write this or if you speak this sentence will not give you a clear idea of what you are saying. Okay, while I was doing homework, so everybody will ask, then what happened next, then what. So you have to give the answer. You have to speak an independent clause. You have to write an independent clause to make it complete, to make it sensible, that it gives you a complete sense, right? While I was doing my
Right, ma'am.
homework is incomplete. It means it is dependent clause, and this clause is dependent on this one. My mother cooked dinner. This sentence, let me say again in Urdu. ये जो sentence है, while I was doing my homework, it cannot stand alone. ठीक है? It needs another sentence to make it complete, to give it a complete sense. And which sentence is, my mother cooked dinner? So a dependent clause always need an independent clause to clear the idea, to convey the whole message. All right. So while I was doing my homework is independent, is dependent, and my mother cooked dinner is independent. So when we have one dependent and one independent clause in a sentence, it is complex. Let's check. Got it? And I'm recording
Got
this so you can always go back and revisit it. Don't worry if you have any queries, and in the next session you can ask. All right, this sentence. This is very interesting.
Ma'am, there is a lot of noise.
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. While I was doing my homework, my father cooked the dinner and my mother was asleep in front of the television. All right. Tell me that is it simple, compound, complex, or compound complex?
Ma'am, it is compound complex.
Just share your ideas. What you mean? What you understand? It's okay. It can be wrong. Doesn't matter. We all make mistakes. All right. Compound complex. Irza Naz is saying this is compound complex. Okay, very good. Why is it compound complex? If we see that this is correct, let's see Irza's response and check this. This is correct. Now, why is it compound complex? Let me explain you. While I was doing my homework, this is independent. This is dependent clause because it has while. My father
Yes,
cooked the
ma'am.
dinner. My father cooked the dinner. This is independent. Then this is joined by and. अच्छा and जो है it is one of the fan boys coordinators. ठीक है and
Yes, ma'am.
so
Which connects.
for yes and so for all right this is from fan boys. My mother was asleep in front of television. So there are two independent clauses joined by
One.
and one dependent which is starting with while. So it is complex as well as compound. So it is compound complex. Okay. Now the next one. Do you want to go swimming tomorrow? Or would you prefer to play tennis? What is this sentence? What kind is it? What kind is it? Any ideas? What kind is it? Compound, complex, simple? What kind is it? Yes. I'm not getting any responses. All right. Can you see
Just
this?
ma'am.
Okay. Can you see this or?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Sure,
right.
sure.
Or
Yes,
is
ma'am.
from Fen Boys. All right. Fen BOYS. Fen FANBOYS. Let me tell you again that F means for, right? A is representing and. So if in a sentence for and NOR nor, BUT but OR or,
Yes,
YET
ma'am.
yet, and SO
Yet.
so. All right.
Yes.
For and ner but or yet so. If you see
Yes, ma'am.
these coordinators joining two sentences, it means
Compound.
that
That will
they
be
are
compound.
compound. All right. So
Yes, ma'am.
we can clearly see or in this
There
sentence.
is there is a
All right. So that is why it is a
compound,
compound
compound,
sentence.
Compound
compound sense.
sentence.
I'll give you this exercise in exam. So better you
Sure,
pay
ma'am.
attention and understanding. All right. I brought my umbrella with me in case it rains. What do you think it is? In case. In case it rains,
Complex, ma'am.
it is complex. All right. Because of?
In case there is cut, there is.
All right. Because of in case. Very good. Let me admit Aksa is joining. Okay. I have brought my umbrella. Complex. Let's check. This is correct. Well done, Asad. Well done. Great going, everybody. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. Is it simple? Is it compound complex or compound complex?
Compound, ma'am. Compound, ma'am.
Acha. So remember fan boys. Fan boys may for and nor but or yet so. There is no
Yes, ma'am.
why
Sure.
in fan boys. So, all right, let me give you another identification of a complex sentence. Do you know relative pronoun in the sentences we use? Yesterday, I met a girl who was wearing red color dress. All right, or who was clad in red color dress. All right, so it means that whenever you see the relative pronouns, what, why, where, when, while, all these in a
It will
sentence,
be complex.
they will be complex, because
Complex, yes, ma'am.
whenever they come in the sentence, they never stand alone. They always need an independent clause to convey the message and the idea as discussed earlier. All right, I don't know why he did that. If we only say why he did that, it definitely, you will need to tell that what next, you will need to provide
It will
more
be
information.
interrogative.
All right. Acha, remember, whenever you need to understand what the complex sentence, sentence is, and what is dependent clause, remember that the sentence after which, which does not stand alone and give you a clear sense, and you need to add another sentence to make it clear and make it more meaningful, is always a complex sentence and subordinate or dependent clause. All right.
So it is complex, yes, ma'am.
Complex. This is correct. Very good. My family came to Germany when I was in grade 5, but I never learned to speak German very well. Can you just see one of the fanboy's words in it? Yes. My family came to Germany.
But, ma'am,
Okay. My family came to Germany when I was grade 5. So this vein is basically telling us that this is complex. Yes.
complex, yes, ma'am,
This is
complex.
complex. Acha, then there is one of the fanboy's words here. That is
Yes,
but. Can you see that?
yes, ma'am.
All right. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
never learned to speak German very well. So this is complex. My
Compound,
family came to Germany when I was in grade 5. And this is compound.
compound
But I
complex.
never learned to speak German very well. So this is compound
Compound
complex.
complex, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you see that slowly and gradually you will be having the clear idea about, sometimes you don't have to worry about understanding something and the very, at the very first place, because the learning takes time. All right, so don't worry, you can always approach me whenever there is any difficulty. I'm so pleased that you can come to my party. All right, I'm so pleased that you can come to my party. So what do you think? It is compound, simple,
Complex,
complex?
complex, ma'am, I think so.
Complex? Yes, this is complex because this that, you know, that, when, while, why, who, all those words when appear in the sentence is the example of complex. Good job. He told me that he is returning to London next summer.
Complex, ma'am.
This is again complex, the same example as we did. Very nice. I've not seen my grandmother since I came to Germany.
Simple, ma'am.
Ma'am, complex.
Okay, this is complex. Let's check. Why? Because can you see this since?
Yes,
Since
yes,
was
ma'am.
Yes,
also in the
ma'am.
list. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Since, yes, ma'am.
this is complex. We are doing a mathematics test when we were doing a mathematics test when the fire alarm rang yesterday.
Complex, ma'am.
Complex.
Yes, because of this when. All right, this is
Yes, ma'am.
complex. I mean, now you have understood pretty well and you are responding very
Yes,
quickly.
ma'am.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she runs every day, so she's very fit.
Compound, ma'am, I think so.
Compound, ma'am.
Compound, very nice, because we have one of the fan boys words, that is
Yes.
so. All
So,
right,
And
compound,
comma as well.
and comma is there. So very nice. Because she runs every day, she is very fit.
Again,
compound.
compound. Again, compound.
Why is it compound?
Because ma'am,
Just
there is
because of comma, ma'am.
because.
Just because of nay, 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 nay.
Because is there, ma'am.
Because
There
Because.
is ma'am because.
Because
Complex.
why? Because is not in the fanboys words
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
fanboys list. Because is not in the
Yes.
fanboys list.
Yes, ma'am.
And in other words, acha, one is it is not in the fanboys list. One more. Because she runs every day is dependent clause. Because she runs
Yes,
every
ma'am.
day, and then you don't say anything. So people will ask you, then what? So whenever there is something, incomplete, it means it is dependent clause. Check. Okay, good. Okay, the new girl in our ESL class, so ESL class means English as a secondary language, has a brother in grade 7 and a sister in grade 9.
Simple sentence, ma'am.
Is it a simple sentence?
I think so, ma'am.
All right.
Compound.
Okay. The new girl is one subject in our ESL class, has one verb, has a brother in grade 7 and a sister in grade 9. One verb, one subject, and rest of the information. Who is saying compound? And someone said simple. Can we check whether it is simple? Let's check. It is simple. Why?
Okay.
Why? Because it has one subject and one verb. In compound, we have two independent clauses, two sentences. Each subject has one subject and each sentence has one subject and one verb.
Word.
You got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is you should read every day if you want to improve your English more quickly. Is it
Complex, ma'am.
Complex.
this is complex?
Complex.
Complex because of
If
If.
if
because of if. Now you are giving me the reasons as well. Very well done. Nice. Although it was cold and the rain was getting heavier, we decided to go fishing as planned.
complex, ma'am. I think so.
Is it complex?
Yes, ma'am. I think so.
All right.
Just
All right.
because of although, ma'am.
All right. Just because of although it is complex, I agree.
Yes, ma'am.
But do you think there can be something that can also make it compound complex? Is there anything that
Yes.
you can see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And.
And
Yes, ma'am.
and
And
again, look at this. The rain subject was and was getting warm, heavier. All right. So it has one
yes, ma'am.
independent clause. We decided to go fishing as planned. It has, and it is also independent clause. And although it was called, it is dependent.
Compound.
One dependent, two independent
Compound.
clauses. So now it is compound.
Compound complex.
Pretty good. You should start working a little harder, or you are going to fail your test.
Complex, ma'am.
Complex, ma'am.
Okay. Why complex?
So
Or because of or.
Because of
Or.
so
or is one of the fanboys words.
yes, ma'am.
So fanboys go with complex or compound.
Compound, ma'am.
और है ना बेटा यहाँ और है remember.
Complex, ma'am. Complex.
Complex, ma'am. Complex.
बेटा और तो fanboys में आता है ना. For fanboys, for and null, but or yet so. So can you see in this sentence? You should start working a little harder, or you are going to fail your test. These are two independent clauses joined by or.
Complex.
So this is or आ गया तो compound है.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is one of the fanboys words.
मैम ट्रेन बार बार पटरी से नीचे उतर रही है.
All right, yeah, yeah, true. It's okay. Practice makes a man perfect. Doesn't matter. All right. We have only 4, I think, remaining sentences, and then we'll end. I hope. I didn't know what time it was, so I was very late to class. I don't know what time it was. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know what time it was.
Compound.
Is it compound? I didn't know. I didn't know. It is independent. What time it was is dependent. So is one of the fanboys words. I was very late to class. Independent. What do you think? It could be Write in the chat box.
Compound complex.
Compound complex. Someone says compound complex. Yes. Yes, it is
Yes, ma'am.
compound complex. Remember, I told you when the two sentences are joined by. Again, let me explain you in easy words. When two sentences are joined by what, where, why, who. When. Okay. If, unless, in case, they are the examples of complex sentences. And whenever you see so, or, for, but, they are Fain voice words. So this is the example of compound sentence. So we have the complex and compound, both the sentences present in it. So this is compound complex. Most European countries now use euro, but the United Kingdom still uses the pound. What do you think?
Compound, ma'am.
This is compound because of this but. All right.
But yes, ma'am.
This is one of the Fain voice words. So don't worry, you can revisit the video lecture. It will help you with that. To build a doll's house, you need wood, a hammer, a saw, and lots of nails.
Compound complex, ma'am.
This is why compound complex. There is no while, there is no so, there is no but, there is no which, what, where, when, while. To build a doll's house, this is a phrase, starting phrase. You need
Yes, ma'am.
one subject, need one verb, one subject, one verb. That's all. Are there two subjects and two verbs?
Two subjects.
No, there is only one subject, that is you.
Yes,
To build
ma'am.
a doll's house is a purpose actually, it is the additional information in the sentence. Okay, chalo, let's change the sentence in that way. You need wood, a hammer, a saw, and lots of nails to build a doll's house. Okay, to build a doll's house. So if we take this to build a doll house in the end, so
It will be simple.
it will be simple.
Yes, ma'am. Simple sentence.
Yes, correct. Failed her driving test because she didn't look in her mirror often enough without any thought. This because is telling you that it is because is not one of the Fain boys words.
Complex, ma'am.
Complex. Yes, finally we have reached to the end. He
Yes,
got up,
ma'am. Thank God.
walked over to the window and jumped out.
Compound, ma'am.
Why?
Just because of and
Yes,
jumped
just
out.
Acha. See, you are misinterpreting end here. Remember, end joins two words and two sentences as well. When end is joining
Yes,
two
ma'am.
sentences, then it is compound. But when end is joining two words, it is not a compound sentence.
It will be a
Because
complex.
we have one subject and many words joined by end. Okay. But basically, it is giving us the information from one person perspective. All right, so he got up, then you see that you are giving the information about the same subject, the same person. He got up, walked over to the window and jumped out. This is this is only one sentence. These
Simple.
are two
Simple
sentences
sentence.
joined by end,
Simple
which make it
sentence.
compound. Simple.
Simple sentence.
Okay, here is the what is the score? All right, so your score is 100% because the best thing about these exercises and online quizzes is that it is not only to check, like just to check your uh, understanding, like what is right and wrong, but we can further, it gives us an opportunity to further discuss the topics which we have
Yes,
covered,
ma'am.
and we can synthesize and analyze each and every sentence individually. So you see that we did it so well. You did it so well, and I hope you have understood it. Still, if you have any confusion, you can always approach me. So we are going to
Thank you, ma'am.
we
End the
are
meeting.
going to end the meeting today here. We had 3 sessions today, and I really appreciate all the participants who attended all 3 sessions. So thank you so much. Would you like to ask any questions? Or if not, then we have hardly 5 minutes left, and I will end the meeting then. Yeah, any questions?
Okay, ma'am.
Anything you would like to ask, or it's all clear?
Till now, it's all clear,
It's
ma'am.
all clear,
But
Chalo,
we will,
I'm glad.
we
I'm glad.
ourselves
All right, very
will
nice.
study then.
Very nice. I'll send you some practice exercises and links as well in the group so that you can go for further, further
Yes,
learning.
ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Have nice time and take care,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone. I'm going to end the meeting. And these
Yes,
lectures will
ma'am.
be
Okay.
uploaded, I think, today, by tonight or tomorrow on YouTube channel. So I will share the link. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.